It's the end game of all games, perfection and natural selection. And today we're going to be talking about where are these Dragon Ball game DLCs. And I say Dragon Ball game because unfortunately Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is going to have to get lumped in with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the disgrace and just failure of all Dragon Ball games, where Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is the gold standard of anime games. But both of these games, Xenoverse 2 and Sparking Zero, happen to share a commonality. We don't know where the DLCs are for these games, right? When you look at the parallels, right, both of these games are pretty much covering the same content, and both of these games have been on complete radio silence. I'm talking about like 2 months ago for Xenoverse 2, we got the announcement for Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and of course we already know that to go with him, since it's a Daima DLC, which, you know, beforehand we thought we were going straight into Future Saga Chapter 3. Nope, we get an impromptu Daima DLC pack, which seemed to be coming out along with the hype of Dragon Ball Daima finally concluding. So we already knew there was going to be Super Saiyan 4 Daima Adult Goku to go with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Well, you know, we got a couple of V-Jump scans to have come out since then, and no announcements, no additional information, no additional content. Nothing has been said on the topic of Xenoverse 2. It's just like Super Saiyan 3 Adult Vegeta, there you go, zipped out. And you look at the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero situation, which is it can be explained a lot better since, that game is dead. But when they had their little funky tournament, at the end of it, they gave you a 30-second teaser for the Daima DLC characters, which were really just Florio, Vegeta, and another base form Goku that can transform Super Saiyan. Not really much of a big deal there, but again, they are additional characters, and it's been radio silence. Nothing announced for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero as well. I get it, the game is dead, and I guess you would guess that nobody's really interested in that, and that's why they took their foot off the gas for that. But that doesn't explain things for Xenoverse 2, because everyone has been waiting for this next DLC. You gotta understand, we've gone through a drought without DLC for months. Months. So we're ready for our additional content. We were ready for Future Saga Chapter 3. Surprise, you got Daima. We thought, we were under the impression that Daima DLC was going to come for Xenoverse 2, and it was going to come within the next month. Because when Xenoverse 2 drops a actual trailer like they did for Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, it's pretty much going to be like 2 or 3 weeks after the fact before they actually drop the character. And that didn't happen. As far as Sparking Zero is concerned, nothing. Radio silence, nothing. They have been stingy with news for Dragon Ball. All Dragon Ball games. Except for the mobile games. But I think I can explain things as far as the console games are concerned. And it doesn't make sense. I'm be 100 with you. It doesn't make sense. But keep in mind, we're talking about Bandai Namco here. So everything they do doesn't make sense at all. So the fact that this doesn't make sense, it falls perfectly in line with Bandai Namco. So I thought to myself, why would they be falling behind on releasing DLC with Daima? We already got the anime concluded, so they aren't spoiling anything. I don't know why they're not showing Super Saiyan 4 Adult Daima Goku yet, because we already know he's a thing. You're not spoiling anything. Same thing can kind of be said with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. It's these characters, the hype period is almost over, so if you're a company that wants to capitalize on that hype, you need to jump in and release these characters already. So what I've looked at and what's starting to make sense and what's probably going to piss you guys off is what they're doing. So I looked at the schedule for Dragon Ball Daima. Of course, I know you guys are scratching your heads, but again, bear with me here. I looked at the schedule for Dragon Ball Daima, the English dub of Dragon Ball Daima, and it all began to make sense. These fools are making us wait till the end of next month before they give us our DLC characters, because they don't want to spoil the English dub. Even though, I know, you're sitting up there even though we already know what these characters sound like. I didn't even understand. Again, I only play with the game being in Japanese dub, because I do not mess with the Funimation voice actors. I don't like what they did with Vic Mignogna, so I started using only Japanese only voices. But I will say this, it is janky and just unsightly to have a game that doesn't have dub characters and you get a different language without actually setting it in that language. But it does not explain as to why they're holding back these characters for like English dub when we already know what they sound like. We know what Vegeta sounds like, so you're not spoiling. We know what Goku is going to sound like. You're not spoiling any information. You're not spoiling the performance. We all know that Sean Chimel is going to do the same Super Saiyan 4 voice for Goku. So I don't know why they're not putting this stuff in already. I mean, you get a little bit more leeway with Sparking Zero, only because you got mini Vegeta, so maybe they don't want to spoil, even though people watching it. The dub is ongoing, the original is finished, but you're not spoiling any plot points. People know what happens already. But maybe it's something contractual. Again, maybe it's not the spoiling aspect of it. Maybe it's something contractual that like the games have a contract with the anime or something that, yo, you can't publish any content till the dub is over. And it's like, well, why did you make all these announcements this early if you knew that you were going to have to play it all the way to May? Why didn't you wait to announce this stuff? So like people can already know, okay, well, it's only going to be a month away. Oh no, it's going to be 2 or 3 months away. We messed up. But it just doesn't make any sense, because then you look at the mobile games. The mobile games have the characters already, and they weren't worried about spoiling the gameplay or anything like that, or spoiling game events, because again, these are DLCs. You're not actually doing a story mode or anything like that, except for Kakarot. And Kakarot, I don't know when they're coming out with their Diamond DLC or anything like that. I don't think it's that too far ahead. Probably like by fall of this year. But it just makes no sense. But then again, it's Bandai Namco. They're the masters of making no sense. So yeah, that's when the DLCs are going to drop, after May. Because you look at the schedule for the English dub of Dragon Ball Daima. They wrap things up by the 23rd of May, I think. So that would make sense for them to come out the next week, which I think that would be like 23rd of May. Let me check it again. Bring up the calendar. Yep, that makes sense perfectly. That's the end of Daima right there. I think the 16th, and then like the 23rd is going to be a Friday, so maybe they'll drop the DLC on the 22nd. But again, to make people wait that damn long on your own error, or something that just makes no sense. If you had it as a contract, I'm pretty sure that the companies are going to want to go ahead and make their money. I don't get it. I don't know. Like, again, I have to keep on reminding myself this is Bandai Namco. They naturally make no sense. But it's kind of antagonizing the community at this point, because people want to play these characters. You want to strike while the iron is hot, especially with Xenoverse 2. Like, you kind of interrupted us getting our Future Saga Chapter 3. It started to look good because it's like, oh, they're putting Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku in. Well, everyone's been waiting for the Super Saiyan 4 CAC transformation, but you don't have any announcements for that. So it's like, what is the holdup? What is the holdup? It's like Spark and Zero. We already know the DLC over there. You guys aren't putting anything but the characters in. You don't put any maps, any story chapters, anything like that in there. So you can literally just throw those characters in, and I mean, the game is going to go right back dead. Spark and Zero is going to go right back dead the same day you drop the DLC. People are going to do their little videos on it and be done with it in like 5 hours. So what's the holdup for Xenoverse 2? What's the holdup for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? Like, come on, where is the DLC? So I'm saying it right now, we're not going to see anything until the end of May next month. That's the end of the English dub of Daima, and that's why they have had complete radio silence. Again, it makes no sense, but because it makes no sense, it makes sense in the realm of Bandai Namco. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Of course, you might beat the game, and of course, we're all starving to beat the DLC for Dragon Ball Daima and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. But you'll never beat the end game of all games, perfection, natural selection. Hit that subscribe button, enable all notifications. I will see you guys in the next live stream, because yeah, we are about to stream some more Bleach Rebirth of Souls, the greatest ongoing anime game right now. Guys, join me here on YouTube. That is coming up very soon. If not today, tonight, it is coming up. So guys, get ready. We're going to go into some more chapters, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.